Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is moving on from her past and has created a new network of support. In 1993, she wed Kody Brown, but the two parted ways in 2022. Janelle concentrated on her personal objectives after the divorce, such as getting a new job in agriculture and spending more time with her kids. Janelle started a self-discovery journey and resolved to put any bad experiences in her past behind her in Sister Wives Season 19. It was tragically in March 2024 that she lost her son, Garrison Brown. During the 19th season of Sister Wives, Janelle experienced intense emotions. In addition to grieving the loss of her son, she and Kody disagreed about the Coyote Pass property. She even considered taking Kody to court with Meri Brown. In contrast to prior seasons, Janelle was honest about her feelings and didn't mince words while criticizing unfair treatment and sharing her opinions about Robyn Brown and Kody. In order to regain her identity as a strong, self-reliant mother, Janelle had separated from Kody by the end of the season and made plans to live a happy life on her own terms. Janelle made a consistent effort over the years to keep her connection with Kody and Robyn cordial and to give them the benefit of the doubt. But in Sister Wives Season 19, she finally realized how she really felt and publicly admitted that she no longer wanted a relationship with them. "I really just don't like them," Janelle stated bluntly during Sister Wives Season 19 Tell-All with Suki Krishnan, highlighting her lack of desire in being friends with either of them. She genuinely dislikes Kody and Robyn, which is why she has chosen to keep her distance from them. Janelle was asked by Suki whether she had any other explanation for not wanting to be friends with Robyn and Kody. She inquired, "What is it about them that you don't like?" Janelle said that she would avoid interacting with Kody and Robyn primarily because she didn't want to be in their company. "I don't like them in that setting," she continued, making it apparent that she didn't like them. Many Sister Wives fans responded favorably to Janelle's statement on social media, praising her for being direct rather than kind. Janelle prioritizes her family and friends, along with her new aims and aspirations, in 2025. She frequently thanks her loved ones on social media by posting information about her new chapter. Janelle recently shared some photos of herself and her friends talking about her birthday vacation. She said, "When you have friends who show up to a birthday trip, last month, ready to bring the laughs." For choosing to spend their valuable time with her, Janelle thanked her new and old friends. Janelle presently resides in North Carolina. She loves spending time with her daughter, Madison Brush, and lives close by. On Madison's birthday a few months ago, Janelle praised her as the best wife, mom, daughter, and business partner. She said she was excited to start their new farm business, Tata Farms, which they started in 2024. Over the last 6 months, Janelle has built her business with the help of her daughter and son-in-law, Caleb Brush. She can remain near her loved ones in North Carolina thanks to this new venture, which gives her a fresh sense of direction and community. She actively seeks to return the favors she has received throughout difficult times, eager to embrace her newfound independence. During her personal trip to Flagstaff, Arizona, in April 2025, Janelle took advantage of the chance to catch up with her old acquaintances. She posted photos of her happy reunion on social media, capturing moments of laughter with her pals Christina and Angela. Contemplating tonight how amazing it is to have friends, a reflection on the value of friendships, was written by Janelle. She thought back to the days when she worked a full-time job and had a child, and her only friends were her family and coworkers. These same friends have grown to become important and valued parts of her life. As she described her experiences in Flagstaff, Janelle said she had the time of her life. She gushed about the fun times spent with delectable cuisine and a couple rounds of a very silly game that had everyone in laughter as she concluded her article. Since sincerity is important to her, she has decided not to hang out with Kody and Robyn. She looks for friendships with people who make her life happier and more peaceful. Janelle just went to North Carolina for a quiet get-together with her friends. She was clearly sincerely delighted to be surrounded by individuals who made her life happier. Janelle seemed comfortable and confident with her pals in the pictures that her friend April Range shared, demonstrating the genuine bond and happiness she experiences in their company. Janelle's decision to remove herself from harmful relationships is the right one. It makes sense that she doesn't want to be friends with Cody and Robyn, as she no longer wants to keep up a tight relationship with them. Janelle is now concentrating on her old connections and new friends. She worries about her sons and children as well as the rest of her family. When it comes to those that don't care about her, Janelle doesn't want to be vulnerable. The Sister Wives star wants to be in relationships with people who have supported her in the past and are still there now. In a moment fans have long awaited, equal parts empowering, emotional, and quietly defiant, Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has finally peeled back the curtain on what her post-Cody life really looks like, and in doing so, she's introduced the world to something even more powerful than a new romance or a big financial win: her new chosen family. After years of being caught in the emotional crosshairs of Cody Brown's increasingly strained polygamous structure, Janelle is no longer just surviving, she's thriving, rebuilding her identity brick by brick with the people she trusts, respects, and genuinely loves surrounding her. And while fans have cheered her on for months now, watching her detox her life, her health, her home, and her relationships, nothing hits harder than hearing it directly from her. This is what real family feels like. And no, it doesn't include Cody or Robyn. That statement, tucked quietly into a recent interview and echoed subtly through social media captions and candid Instagram stories, speaks volumes about how far Janelle has come. She's no longer seeking validation from Cody. She's no longer hoping Robyn will open the emotional gates she's long kept closed. Instead, she's turning to her adult kids, her in-laws, her friends, her fans, and yes, a few surprising new faces that make up what she now calls her real family. And the kicker? She's finally speaking her truth about Cody and Robyn without sugarcoating it. According to Janelle, this new family isn't just about blood. It's about loyalty, reciprocity, peace, and shared growth. She's seen posting more frequently with her sons Gabriel and Garrison, whose passing remains a wound the family still honors with silence and reverence, sharing cooking sessions, gardening projects, and heartfelt moments with daughter Savannah. But there are also unexpected guests showing up in her photos: close female friends, 1 or 2 family friends from North Carolina, even a neighbor who's become like a sister. These are the people showing up, Janelle says, in ways Cody never did. They don't just call when it's convenient. They don't guilt me into being quiet. They see me. That word, see, is everything. For decades, Janelle was the pragmatic wife, the supportive one, the bridge between Meri and Christine, the financial backbone of the Brown family. But now, she admits, she often felt invisible in her marriage. I was always useful, but I was never cherished, she says in a recent journal-style post shared exclusively through a women's empowerment group she joined during her 2025 detox journey. It's here that Janelle finally lays bare what fans have long suspected, that while the plural family once had idealistic goals, in practice, it was often Cody and Robyn's love story and everyone else orbiting around it. When asked directly how she feels about Robyn today, Janelle doesn't hold back. I think she wanted monogamy from the start. I think she knew what she was doing. And I think Cody let her rewrite the rules while pretending we were still in this one big family together. The statement is as bold as it is chilling. Janelle's voice doesn't tremble. She's not speaking from a place of jealousy, but from clarity. Cody made a choice. Robyn gave him the emotional validation he craved, and that's fine. But he wanted to keep the rest of us around as a symbol of spiritual masculinity. It wasn't love. It was control. This level of honesty is new, even for Janelle, who's long taken the high road when Christine exited or Meri was shunned. But now, having lost too much and realized the full emotional cost of staying silent, she's using her voice with purpose. Her new family also includes her online community, a growing circle of women who've been inspired by her story and connected with her through book clubs, spiritual coaching groups, and holistic health retreats. It was during a wellness getaway in Asheville, North Carolina, that Janelle reportedly met 2 other former polygamist wives, one of whom has become a regular presence in her life. They understand what it means to lose a dream, to lose years of yourself in someone else's script. Janelle says. We don't trauma bond. We support each other's rebirths. She now calls her core group her reclamation circle, and it's in this space that Janelle is processing her pain, her power, and her plans for the future. And those plans? They're big. Janelle's vision board reportedly includes building a home of her own, not on Coyote Pass, which she now calls a spiritual graveyard, but on a small plot in North Carolina where she feels her late son's memory can breathe freely. She's toying with starting a women's retreat center there, focused on healing after toxic spiritual environments. It won't be flashy, she says, but it'll be honest. That honesty extends to her finances, too. While Cody once called her the most financially savvy wife, Janelle now admits that she left the marriage with almost nothing and is starting over with dignity. I lost a lot, but I didn't lose myself. That's what matters. And still, when the subject of Cody arises, Janelle doesn't wallow. She simply reflects. He loved the idea of me, but I don't think he ever truly saw me. Not like my new family does. Not like I do now. As for Robyn, Janelle says she doesn't wish her harm. I hope she finds peace. But I no longer believe she was ever trying to build sisterhood. That was all smoke. The emotional finality of her tone is unmistakable. Janelle has closed that chapter. Not with bitterness, but with a sense of release. I carried that family for years. Now I'm carrying myself. Social media has responded with overwhelming support. Fans flood her posts with messages like, "You are the glue that held it together," and "Thank you for showing us what true strength looks like." But Janelle is quick to remind everyone, I'm still healing. This isn't the end. It's the middle of a brand new book. And in that new book, the heroes are the people who stayed when the spotlight faded, the ones who showed up when the spiritual bonds dissolved, the ones who remind her that family is not always the people you marry, it's the people who choose you even when there's nothing left to gain. So as the world watches Robyn and Cody cling to their sacred love and Meri ventures into a new identity of her own, it's Janelle who's offering the most grounded, real, and resonant arc of all. She's not chasing a new husband. She's not staging photo ops. She's rebuilding from the inside out. And in doing so, she's redefining what family, love, loyalty, and freedom truly look like. Janelle Brown's story isn't about escape. It's about emergence. And this time, she's not just surviving. She's choosing herself first. Finally. But what's perhaps most remarkable about Janelle's rebirth is how quietly radical it is. She's not screaming for attention, not throwing shade in interviews, not demanding that anyone validate her journey. Instead, she's living it, with full presence and unshakable clarity. She's posting unfiltered photos of herself in hiking gear, surrounded by her adult children and new friends, holding mugs of herbal tea with handwritten notes in the background that read things like, "Progress, not perfection, and let peace win." And while many women in her position might be tempted to lash out or drop bombshell exposés, Janelle is choosing peace as her protest. She's reclaiming what was always hers, her voice, her joy, and her right to define what family means. For her, that means cultivating safe, honest relationships where mutual care replaces control, where love is shown not through hierarchy or spiritual obligation, but through showing up, consistently, respectfully, and freely. I used to think spiritual marriage meant something divine, Janelle admitted in a recent live session with her followers. But if someone uses God as a reason to ignore your pain, or pit women against each other, or hide from accountability, that's not spiritual. That's just manipulation wrapped in scripture. Her followers, many of whom are survivors of high-control religious environments, lit up the comments with messages of solidarity. "You're saying what we were all too afraid to say," one wrote. Another said, "You saved me by leaving. Your courage gave me permission to leave too." And that courage, Janelle now admits, didn't come easily. There were nights, she says, when she lay awake wondering if she had failed her children by staying too long. If she had failed herself by pretending for years that everything was fine. But she's since made peace with that. "I did the best I could with what I knew. And now I know better. So now I'm doing better," That simple mantra, both powerful and healing, is something she says to herself when the past tries to pull her back in. Because the truth is, even after the split, Cody still lingers in the background, not just in co-parenting logistics, but in the emotional residue of decades spent building a life around a man who was never emotionally available to her in the way she needed. She's watched Robyn cry on camera, saying she wanted family unity. She's heard Cody claim he doesn't know what happened. But Janelle's no longer buying it. They knew what was happening. They were watching Christine and I be pushed aside. And they let it happen because it benefited them. Let's just be honest. And that honesty has become her new spiritual practice. Not prayer circles or family councils, but speaking her truth, living her truth, and loving herself with the kind of tenderness she once reserved for keeping a broken system afloat. Her children, now mostly grown, have noticed. I see a different mom now. Her daughter Meri recently shared in a social media post. She's softer, brighter, more her. And I love this version of her so much. Janelle lights up when she talks about her grandkids, saying they are the true reward for enduring everything she's been through. When I hold them, I don't think about the past. I think about legacy, about what kind of world I want them to grow up in, and it's not one where women have to shrink themselves for the sake of harmony. This intergenerational awareness is part of what fuels her new family model. Her new tribe isn't just about proximity or shared blood. It's about alignment, energy, safety, and intention. It's about healing the wounds of the past while building a softer future for the people who matter most. And in that world, Cody and Robyn are simply no longer central, not out of malice, but out of necessity. You don't water dead plants, Janelle said bluntly during a recent Q&A. You plant new seeds. Fans have asked repeatedly if she's dating, and while she hasn't confirmed anything officially, she's hinted that there may be someone who respects her independence and her journey. But she's also made it clear that a romantic partner isn't her goal. I didn't leave one form of control just to enter another. If someone comes into my life, it's going to be because we add to each other's peace, not because we fill each other's voids. That line, adding to each other's peace, has become a kind of unofficial motto for her growing community of followers, many of whom see Janelle as a quiet pioneer of what it means to heal publicly, without theatrics, and without seeking revenge. And it's working. Her social media is thriving. Her health has improved. Her relationships with her kids are stronger than ever. And perhaps most beautifully, her self-trust has been restored. The woman who once looked to Cody for spiritual leadership now trusts her own instincts, her own inner compass, and the wisdom she's gathered through pain, patience, and hard-won freedom. Still, she isn't naive about the challenges ahead. There are still contracts, shared assets, and media speculation. There are still family events where Cody and Robyn may appear, and wounds that reopen without warning. But Janelle is no longer triggered. She's prepared. I used to dread seeing them. Now I just wish them well and move on. My nervous system doesn't belong to them anymore. That sense of emotional sovereignty, of no longer being owned by the past, is what truly defines Janelle's new chapter. It's not about escaping polygamy. It's about stepping fully into herself. And in that space, her new family, made up of truth-tellers, healers, adult children, grandchildren, and chosen sisters, surrounds her like a circle of light. Strong, steady, sacred. So yes, Janelle Brown has a new family. But more importantly, she has a new life. One where silence is no longer expected. Where self-abandonment is no longer the price of peace. And where love, finally, means being seen, heard, and celebrated, not merely tolerated. For years, she was the Brown wife who quietly carried the burden, who made the money, raised the kids, and asked for little in return. But not anymore. Now, she's the woman who walked away from spiritual neglect, stared down her deepest grief, and still found joy on the other side. And that joy, that's the foundation of the new family she's chosen, and the one that finally, truly, chose her back. During the 19th season of Sister Wives, Janelle experienced intense emotions. In addition to grieving the loss of her son, she and Cody disagreed about the Coyote Pass property. She even considered taking Cody to court with Meri Brown. In contrast to prior seasons, Janelle was honest about her feelings and didn't mince words while criticizing unfair treatment and sharing her opinions about Robyn Brown and Cody. In order to regain her identity as a strong, self-reliant mother, Janelle had separated from Cody by the end of the season and made plans to live a happy life on her own terms. Janelle made a consistent effort over the years to keep her connection with Cody and Robyn cordial and to give them the benefit of the doubt. But in Sister Wives Season 19, she finally realized how she really felt and publicly admitted that she no longer wanted a relationship with them.